Alright, this level, the only place side attacks are, like, beneficial is right at the start. Well, and potentially halfway through lap 1. The non-side attack method is much more difficult, but it's not that much slower if you get it. Where you would MTS and then exit there and ideally get the shift boost on the track, but I've only gotten that a handful of times. It's much, much more difficult than the side attack strat, which is MTS here, do like 5 side attacks, and then you would get the shift boost. Now, depending on the speed I'll land with, that'll like change when I press the A button. If I'm above like 40 kilometers an hour, I just hold the A button instantly, because I need to slow down because I'll be going too fast to get the shift boost. If I'm going much less than that, then I'll like hit the A button later, which is why I don't like try to go apeshit with side attacks here. I think that was too few. I usually go for 5, I think. So I would. That was 6. Anyways, with every single boost plate, you can line up with like lines on the track. With this one, it's a black line here. Same with that. Now here you have options. Ideally, you want to do an MTS and a shift boost there. It is much more difficult than the alternative, but it is also quite a bit faster. Oh, yeah, you can get a double shift boost there. It's really hard to follow through with, though. I got the shift boost, but I lost all the speed. That's what you want to do, but if you're not having any success with it, the alternative is to either just empty the whole thing, or you can do an MTS into a side attack dive. And you see like there's like blue lines on the track. Well, at the second last blue line, I would start an MTS to the left. The ones that are like crossing horizontally on the track during the transparent sections. You can kind of see them here. There's the blue lines here. And you would do a side attack dive there. Depending on how good you are at MTS exits, you could do MTS. If I'm going more than 1,800 kilometers an hour, I don't MTS during that segment. And you can just hit all of the edges of these boost plates, line up with lines. And then you get to this part. I don't bother with hitting the edge of that plate because it's right on a turn. But the mine boost, on lap 1, I would recommend hitting this one, and then this one, and then you would quick turn. Just because the easier sets of 2 to hit, there's one set of like 2 mines that's easier to hit, but I do that on boost laps. I like save it for the boost laps. So I'm just gonna go back to the mine section to show what I would do on lap 2 here, rather than explain the lap 2 start. It's gonna kill me, but that's kind of the point. These two. Like that set of mine on the 3 mines on the left, I would hit the 2 of those. Try for the There's also a shift boost you can get on the corner of that chicane, but it's extremely inconsistent. and you might as well line up with the. Yeah. If you want to go for the boost MT, wait until you start that turn to boost. And then you get a shift boost here, and boost, and MT. Now, if you're not comfortable with, like, if you're not consistent with that shift boost, then I wouldn't recommend going for it. Because it's basically the boost MT is only useful if you do get the shift boost. Alternatively, you would just boost after you turn here, and then after you finish that turn. I strafe a little to the right and then turn left and like line up with the track. I got the shift boost on the chicane. There's a potential suicide finish you can go for by hitting MTSing into these mines here, and you want to like hit 2 of them in a row. It's absurdly inconsistent. Alternatively, you would just hit one of them and MTS on the side here. The shift boost is like one of the biggest time saves on boost laps. You don't like unlike lap 1, you don't need to MTS into it, so it's much easier to get on lap 1 or on lap 2 and 3. Depending on the speed I'm going. Like if I'm going too slow, I'll go for a very wide turn here. That way I boost early, and then I have plenty of time to like gain speed before I hit the boost plate. After I hit the boost plate, I would just hit the right trigger a little. Like right trigger a little, and then turn left a bit, and you would get the shift boost there. That's the only, like, visual indicators I go for, and if you have enough speed, it's quite consistent. It still does take practice to, like, maintain that kind of speed up to that point, though. The boost management, like, where you should boost, I'm not actually 100% sure what's optimal. Generally, it's once at the start here, once or twice here, depending on if you're going for the boost MT after the shift boost. That's the boost MT, like you maintain a lot of speed there. Once before or after that boost plate, before the dirt. So the alternative is to like save energy for the boost MT on each lap. Do a boost once there. I didn't strafe far enough to the right. The shift boost here it's so absurdly precise. I don't actually understand how it works. That boost plate though, I line up with the blue line. And on boost laps, if you want to boost afterwards, you can just line up with this, because if you're boosting, the dirt doesn't like slow you down. You can line up with the boost plate like before the curve. And aside from that, suicide finish with the mine boost, there's no real like good finish there besides just going for a rail slide after the boost.
Thank you.